Hi, I have come to a very beautiful fort called Kannur Fort or Sant Angelo Fort, which is 3 kilometers from Kannur city in Kerala, India. Let us go inside the Kannur Fort and learn more about this place. I am standing at the center of Sant Angelo Fort. This particular fort, let me tell you about the history of this. So during 1498, as you know, Vasco da Gama, his first visit to India, during that time, Colathari king gifted this particular land to the Portuguese for the settlement to use this particular property. And they started constructing a wooden fort in 1505. And eventually in 1507, they converted this particular structure from wooden to stone structure. And eventually, Portuguese used this particular area, the fort, for their military and other suppliers. And they invade Goa during that time, and they use this particular fort for different suppliers. And after invading Goa, they started using this particular fort as a naval base. You can see there are different cannons over here. And while this fort was full-fledged in running condition, they constructed these big walls all around this particular fort. And you can see in the gap here, this cast iron made these cannons were used to protect this particular area from the external enemies that might come from this Arabian Sea. And this particular fort was widely used during that time as their main source of revenue that is coming from Goa. Eventually, in 1665, the Dutch, they invaded this particular fort from Portuguese, and they started using this particular fort as their central army station. And the Dutch continued this occupation. They captured this place till 1772, when they sold this whole property to the king Ali Raja. So from 1772, Ali Raja continued using this particular fort for interior matters and as a army base as well. But eventually 1790, when British capturing different places all over India, and they decided to capture this particular place, and they took over this particular place from Ali Raja, King Ali Raja, and they started using this fort as a army headquarters or the naval base till 1947, when British rule ended. You can see such a beautiful, magnificent view of the Arabian Sea on the adjacent walls of the San Angelo's fort. And it's very famous among the tourists, and a lot of tourists and visitors come to this place. You can see in front of this particular fort, there is an underground cell over here, which was used to capture the criminals which were caught by the Portuguese armies. Now it is used for some storing purposes. There is a own iron window. The prisoners were given food through this. Now I will take you towards the main fort. So if we go inside the cells of the fort, you can see the beautiful corridor here with similar symmetry, similar architectural pattern you'll find here. I just come out of these cells and climb over the stairs and go to the other side of the fort. We can have a very good panoramic view from this particular place to this fort. All remainings now of the Angelo fort. I've come to the roof of that fort structure. From here you can see the canal through which we entered this particular fort. This is the bird eye view from the top of the fort. This used to be the watchtower constructed during the 16th and 17th centuries. It was used to watch the enemy ships from here. We really enjoyed coming over to this particular place, and I'm sure that you like this particular virtual trip. Please feel free to come with your friends and family members. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a wonderful day.